What if I told you China removed billions of tons of sand from one of the world's harshest deserts? Just 1 year later, the results are nothing short of mind-blowing. This bold environmental project has reshaped the land in ways no one saw coming. Where did all that sand go? And how is this daring move changing the desert forever? Stay with me to uncover the astonishing transformation. China's vast land and desert challenges. China, the world's third-largest country, faces a unique challenge due to its vast landscape. Covering nearly 3.7 million square miles, slightly larger than the United States, about a quarter of this land is nearly uninhabitable. It is dominated by deserts, where life is barely sustainable. These barren expanses, such as the Gobi and Taklamakan deserts, are harsh and relentless. Sandstorms rage through these regions, eroding everything in their path. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a serious issue for China's future. The Gobi Desert, stretching over 500,000 square miles, is one of the largest deserts in the world. In contrast, the Taklamakan Desert, covering about 13,000 square miles, is sweltering and constantly shifting. Together, these deserts and others make up more than a quarter of China's land, a huge portion considering the country's large population and rapid urban growth. With cities expanding, usable land is scarce. This shortage has become a crisis. However, in November 2024, something remarkable happened. The desert area shrank. How did this happen? Where did all the sand go? What caused this dramatic change? This surprising shift in the desert landscape could potentially change China's future. After hearing about the dramatic changes happening in China's deserts, do you think deserts can truly be transformed into sustainable places for life? Comment and chat with me. But what if this vast, barren land could be transformed into something sustainable? The truth may surprise you. Let's take a closer look at how China is taking action. The battle against the desert, more than one project. China is working to combat desertification and transform the desert into a sustainable environment. The country is investing in infrastructure, advanced technology, and renewable energy. A key initiative is the Taklamakan Desert Highway, a 207-mile road through the Taklamakan Desert. It connects remote regions, improving trade, reducing travel time, and supporting local economies. The highway also makes it easier for farmers to transport goods. In addition to the highway, China is developing solar farms to harness the desert sunlight for clean energy. These solar plants power irrigation systems that help create sustainable ecosystems and support small communities. China's reforestation efforts are also restoring the desert by planting drought-resistant plants to prevent soil erosion and provide wildlife habitats. Local farmers and residents contribute by planting vegetation suited to extreme conditions. While the project is long-term, China's approach demonstrates how technology, innovation, and community involvement can address environmental challenges and create sustainable models for arid regions. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? The Taklamakan Desert Highway. In 2022, a new highway crossing the Taklamakan Desert in northwest China opened, connecting Uli and Chimo counties. Stretching over 207 miles, 191 of which run through the desert, the highway was built with an investment of roughly $261.5 million. Construction began in October 2017. China already has more than 750 miles of highways through the desert, including the Lunmen Highway, the longest at 324 miles, with 289 miles across shifting dunes. The new highway shortens the travel distance between Chimo and Korla City by 218 miles, improving travel times and reducing costs. For example, a local livestock company now saves nearly $137 per cow in transportation, and travel time from Korla to Chimo has been reduced from 3 days to 6 hours. Building the highway was challenging due to harsh conditions, including sandstorms, lack of water and electricity, and the need to level 32 tall dunes. The road was constructed with a sand base, geotextile fabric, gravel, crushed stone, and asphalt, creating a smooth surface that allows for highway speeds of up to 62 mph, with some sections allowing for 93 mph. But what if this ambitious highway project is only part of a larger strategy to reshape the desert forever? Stay tuned, because the next chapter reveals how China is harnessing the power of nature itself to transform this arid land. The green energy solution, a twist you didn't see coming. Solar energy in the desert might seem like a no-brainer, but it's not as simple as placing panels on sand. The Taklamakan Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, has been transformed into a hub for green energy with over 80 photovoltaic power plants. These plants generate electricity to power homes and businesses and fuel a green revolution. But the real challenge wasn't just creating energy, it was using that power to solve the region's water scarcity. To tackle this, solar farms power water pumps that draw water from deep underground for irrigation, turning the desert into a sustainable ecosystem. This effort now supports over 7,660 acres of ecological protection areas, enabling plant life, wildlife, and even human habitation. The solar plants generate about 11,000 kilowatt-hours of electricity daily, enough to run 109 wells and help reduce diesel consumption by 1,000 tons annually, cutting carbon dioxide emissions by 3,410 tons. This project is changing the desert and transforming local communities where water scarcity once posed major challenges. It also provides a blueprint for other desert regions to adopt similar solutions. By integrating green energy, sustainability can thrive, even in the harshest environments. This success reminds us that everyone can contribute to a sustainable future. Supporting renewable energy and greener infrastructure in our communities is a step toward protecting the planet for future generations. Now, here's the real kicker. It's not just about energy, but about turning the desert into a sustainable ecosystem. How exactly is China tackling the harshest water shortages on Earth? The answer may be even more remarkable than you think. Plants to the rescue, defying nature's harshness. In the Taklamakan Desert, tiny plants like rose willows and saxifrage are thriving in one of the driest places on Earth. These plants aren't just surviving, they're transforming the land, stabilizing the soil, and adapting to nature's harshest conditions. With deep roots, they help prevent erosion, protect the environment, and provide hope for communities living on the edge of the desert. China's long-term environmental vision supports these efforts, utilizing both technology and nature-based solutions to bring life to even the most barren places. The impact of these plants goes beyond stabilizing the soil. They're a critical step toward rewilding the land and creating new ecosystems. For local farmers, like one who has seen his first green shoots in years, this transformation is a sign of progress. These plants aren't just changing the land, they're helping to build a future for everyone who depends on it. This story demonstrates that even small efforts can make a big impact, and we can all support sustainable projects in our communities, just like China is doing in the Taklamakan Desert. With resilience and determination, we can contribute to restoring ecosystems and protecting our planet, one plant at a time. But the fight doesn't end with just plants. What happens when even nature itself faces the shifting, unforgiving desert sands? The real challenge is still to come. The struggle to keep the desert at bay. Shifting sands. The Taklamakan Desert, the second largest desert known for its shifting sands, presents a challenging environment for infrastructure. Approximately 85% of the desert consists of moving dunes, some towering up to 1,000 feet. with winds constantly reshaping the landscape. Dunes form when the wind accumulates loose sand, and as they grow, they can shift across the desert. Although highways were initially built to control the dunes, they are still periodically buried under sand, which moves about 16 feet annually. To address this issue, China began planting vegetation such as rose willows, saxifrage, and buckthorn after years of testing. These plants are well suited to the desert's dry, salty conditions. In addition, China has introduced 624 million square feet of grass grids and 560 miles of barriers to protect the new highways from shifting sands. The desert's extreme temperatures, ranging from over 104 degrees Fahrenheit during the day to below freezing at night, also threaten the road's durability, causing cracks in the concrete. After years of research, China has found ways to manage these extreme conditions, but the ongoing challenge remains. How will these plants survive with limited rainfall and little access to water? But the real breakthrough might be happening somewhere entirely unexpected. What if the key to China's desert future isn't just technology, but massive infrastructure projects? Wait until you hear about the new railway coming through the Taklamakan Desert. The Taklamakan Desert Railway. A new way to connect. The highway through the desert is not a big deal. China built a similar infrastructure 30 years ago. However, the railway is more impressive. In 2022, China completed the world's first railway loop, stretching 1,685 miles. The Hotan-Rang Railway connects Hotan and Ruang, taking passengers in just under 11.5 hours. Trains travel at 75 miles per hour and pass through 22 stations. In the future, the line may be electrified. 65% of the track faces wind and sand, so engineers have worked since 2018 to address this. They built 5 bridges, each spanning over 6 miles, allowing trains to pass while sand moves beneath. They also created 538 million square feet of grass grids and planted 13 million drought-tolerant plants to protect the railway. The new line improves connections in western border areas, making travel easier and boosting regional development. It could promote unity, strengthen national defense, and revitalize rural areas. In its first year, the loop transported about 33.5 million tons of cargo, proving its importance to local life. And it's not just about roads and trains. What if China could harness solar energy in some of the world's most extreme desert conditions? Let's head to the Gobi Desert to see how it's done. Solar power in the Gobi Desert, the future of energy. China has been expanding solar power in desert areas like the Gobi Desert in Xinjiang. In 2009, construction began on China's first major solar power station. By 2015, solar panels had spread across the Gobi Desert, taking advantage of its abundant sunlight and available land. Recently, China completed its largest solar power plant. Built on a former coal mine, the Mishi Blue Ocean Photovoltaic Power Station, launched in 2024, has an installed capacity of 3 gigawatts and over 5.9 million panels, generating enough electricity to power 2 million households. Another significant project in Xinjiang covers 1 million solar panels across the desert, supplying power to factories, businesses, and homes in the region. The project includes a large-scale energy storage system capable of storing 600,000 kilowatt-hours to help stabilize the power grid. This project also contributes to environmental sustainability, reducing carbon emissions equivalent to planting 4,800 trees. In Qatar, China assisted in the construction of the country's first solar power plant, located in the desert. The facility, with about 2 million solar panels, is one of the largest in the Middle East and helps reduce carbon emissions by approximately 900,000 tons annually. Building these plants presented challenges, including extreme heat and strong winds, requiring workers to adjust schedules and work night shifts to avoid the midday heat. But what about the challenges of large-scale solar energy in the desert? Can China avoid the negative effects of such massive projects? The answer might surprise you. The challenges of large-scale solar in the desert. Using deserts for solar energy sounds like a good idea, but it comes with challenges. Deserts are vast, flat, and sunny, making them ideal for solar power. The 10 largest solar plants are already located in deserts, and a Sahara solar farm could meet global electricity needs. However, solar panels convert only about 15% of sunlight into electricity. The rest is released as heat. Large solar farms could generate significant heat, which may affect local and global climates. In China, another project is addressing desert issues. The country is reclaiming land by planting trees in the Nahe Autonomous Region. Desert expansion, worsened by overgrazing, leads to sandstorms and pollution, making it difficult for people to live and develop the area. Now let's shift gears a bit. How are other countries adopting similar technologies in their desert regions? China's influence isn't stopping at its borders. Planting trees to combat desertification. As desertification spreads, even land once owned by individuals is being overtaken. In response, 7,994 acres of degraded land in the Nahe Autonomous Region were restored, with 8,158 people involved in planting and maintaining the new forests. This helped reduce wind erosion, cutting soil loss by 3,396 tons annually. Since 1978, China's 3 North Shelter Belt project has been planting millions of trees along the northern desert border, with plans for completion by 2050. In recent developments, the Eco World Cup highlights the importance of renewable energy. A solar power station built for Qatar's 2022 FIFA World Cup provided clean energy during the event, marking the country's first fossil fuel-free project. The $417 million plant, using 2 million solar panels, generates about 1,800,000,000 kilowatt-hours of electricity each year, enough to power 300,000 homes in Qatar. Additionally, it features the world's largest active tracking system, ensuring the solar panels are always aligned with the sun. What do you think? Could green energy projects like China's solar farms be the future for other deserts around the world? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Traffic lights for camels. In China, traffic jams aren't always caused by cars. Around Mingsha Mountain, camel traffic can slow things down, especially near the oasis. To manage this, authorities introduced the world's first traffic lights for camels. In 2021, after seeing millions of tourists, many of whom rode camels, local officials decided to regulate camel traffic for safety. The lights, similar to pedestrian signals, show either a green human figure or a camel symbol, helping visitors cross safely around the 2,000 camels in the area. Meanwhile, deep in the Gobi Desert lies Town 404, a ghost town from the Cold War era. Founded in the 1950s as part of a top-secret government project, it was once home to workers at a nuclear facility. With no need for taxis or traffic lights, the town had everything from schools to a vinegar factory. It was abandoned in 2005, leaving behind a mysterious, self-contained world. Think China's efforts in reclaiming the desert are game-changing? Hit like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you can follow this journey of innovation and transformation. Projects and research on the desert on Mars. The reason for moving residents out isn't clear, but now only empty buildings remain. In the Gobi Desert, a $1 million base simulates life on Mars, with living modules for research and tourism. Beijing hopes this project will inspire future astronauts to explore deep space. The desert's red rocks resemble Mars, making it an ideal location. At the base, participants will test living conditions and conduct experiments to support global research. The base has 2 main sections, a Mars-themed park and a camp where visitors can experience life on Mars. It features cabins, an airlock, mission control, spacesuit trials, and survival challenges. It sounds like an exciting visit. But there's one more element in this battle that might be the key to success. And it's something that's been in the works for decades. Ready to hear about China's biggest, most ambitious reforestation project? Chinese Green Shield, the transformation of the Taklamakan Desert. China's Green Shield project, stretching 1,716 miles around the Taklamakan Desert, is the largest reforestation effort in the world. Over 30 years, it has slowed desertification by creating a barrier of trees and plants that protect both people and ecosystems. The project has already expanded by 79 million acres, with more to come, including a final 177 miles in the harshest regions. The trees, like poplar and red willow, anchor the soil, reduce erosion, and fight the desert's spread. This effort is part of a broader goal to create green shields across northern China, covering over 1,500,000 square miles, more than 40% of the country. If successful, it will restore ecosystems harmed by overgrazing, deforestation, and climate change. The transformation is already visible. Once barren lands are now thriving ecosystems, and farmers are seeing their crops flourish. This project shows that, with the right combination of technology, policy, and environmental care, we can restore land and combat desertification. China's success offers hope and inspiration for other nations facing similar challenges. We can all contribute to reforestation and sustainable land management to help our planet thrive. This green shield isn't just protecting the desert, it's a shield for the future. This massive undertaking is transforming barren land into thriving ecosystems. But what can the rest of the world learn from China's success in the desert? The future is greener than ever before. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the latest video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.